Good evening, good evening. Yes, James, I know you asked me about that, but let's see. Still working my way around the StreamYard thing. Let's see what I can do to make this bigger. Bang. Oh, it was like magic. Either that or I clicked the right button to do this. Um, yeah, James, what was the question about the was it the Yamaha MX? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the MX-61. What was your question? Just kind of, I got a cool idea I want to try with a little tune. Um, I haven't, I haven't been able to dive in that far on it. Um, Let me just check something. Maybe it might. I haven't needed to use the decay and sustain on it. I would say just I've had to use like the attack and release on it. But let's take a look at what you can do to edit that envelope. I'm pretty sure there's a parameter guide in here because there's a lot of stuff you can do on it. Um, let's see. No, that's controller sets. No, that's effects. What else we got? No, it's playing the keyboard along with songs. I'll do one more search here. Ba, ba, ba. Let's see. So there's a reference manual. Well, let's take a look here, because we might be able to figure this out. Controller block, modulation wheel, knobs. Yes, so the second bank of knobs, you know how the MX-61 has the four knobs? Um, and you have three, let me look here. You have three different banks of controls for those four knobs. The second bank is for your envelope, and it is a full ADSR envelope. So I'm looking at the manual right now because my MX-61 is in the back. So the three banks of knobs are from the top down. The first bank is your cutoff, your resonance, chorus, and reverb. The second bank is your ADSR envelope, so attack, decay, sustain, release on each of the four knobs. And then the third bank is your volume, your pan, and your assign 1 and assign 2. And I'm pretty sure that that's per voice, not affecting the whole performance. So to answer your question, yes, it does have an ADSR envelope. But as far on every preset, I haven't tried that. Every preset, I haven't tried that myself. I will need to. But I'm pretty sure. You know what? Give me a. You kind of making me want to set it up and try it. You know what? This is kind of a whatever live stream, so I kind of don't mind doing that. I would say, sit tight for a couple minutes. I'm going to go grab the MX61 and we'll try a couple things with it. As far as me going out of my way to do it, I absolutely don't mind at all. So I will be right back. Let me just post in the chat on what I'm doing. Second. Ba, 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 ba. So what I'm gonna do is grab a few different sounds as soon as I set up the MX61, and we'll try that ADSR on all of them. Okay, there's power. be okay. Let's see, is it gonna reach? Oh, I can just go into 9 and 10. So 9 and 10. Power her on. Okay. Oh yeah, especially like if you're somebody used to an analog synth where you've got the one knob per function, your sustain controller is like right in front of you. Um, it's extremely handy. Okay. Go to my other computer. I know. I know. It's almost doing something, but not like. So it seems to work okay on the organs. Let's go back to the piano for a sec. So, my finding is that it does work, but it does different things to different sounds. Like say a piano versus an organ. Let's try a couple more sounds. Let's try a string sound. Preferably like an ensemble sound. it's a fast attack. So now let's drop the sustain down. We'll drop the decay down. Now start bringing the decay up. So, yeah, James, it does have an ADSR and it's right on the front panel. I think it does different things to different sounds. And some of these sounds have layers within the voice itself. And I don't quite know if you can control each layer on its own. I think it was just meant to be like a quick real-time control for the MX61, so you've got some kind of way to tweak the sounds to fit what you need that sound for. So, but like I said, I think it does different things to different sounds. At least that's my finding from this little experiment with the MX61. I will show you what I mainly use it for. If I go up a performance, the main thing I use it for is I use it live. And speaking of Floyd, I see that comment right there. No, somebody is home, but probably up here. I know what you're talking about. The wall. So what I use this for, speaking of Pink Floyd, is I use a couple of Mellotron sounds on here live. So my live rig, well, let me see if I can even pull it up. I don't think I can. I don't think I can because I don't have it saved on my computer. I have it saved on my phone. But I use multiple keyboards live. I'm not the kind of player that uses just one instrument and has the one instrument do all of my sounds, or, two instruments. The thing I don't like doing is I don't like changing sounds in the middle of a song. And to an extent, I don't like splitting the keyboard. But there are a couple of exceptions to that rule. And that is, I have a couple of presets where I play the immediate bottom or the immediate top, and I don't have to worry about forgetting where the split point is. Such is on the Hydra. Let me see here. I go... if I go here on the Hydra, this is one of my live sounds. I've got a filter sweep kind of thing down here. And at the top here, I've got some... what I call ambient keys, but together. one of the splits, but getting back to the Floyd thing, there's a couple of Mellotron sounds that I have up here that I have set up as a split. And for those that don't know, a Mellotron has, I want to say, less than, maybe a little over a 3-octave range, about 3.5 octaves. And most of the time, if I were going to sit down at a Mellotron, I would probably just be in the mid-range, maybe a little high, maybe a little bit low. But on a 61-note keyboard, the range is probably going to be about, maybe about here. So maybe from down here to up there. So what I've done here is I've split the keyboard down the middle, right here. So 30 notes on one side, 31 notes on the other side. The bottom has strings. Turn that down a little bit. So the bottom has strings. The top has a flute. And then the nice thing about that is I can use them both at once. So like that. So that's what I use this for. And like I said, I don't change too many presets in the middle of a song. And I use a pretty big rig live, but it depends on the occasion. Normally, about 4 or 5 keyboards. And speaking of that, I've got a couple coming very, very soon. I've got one coming tomorrow, and I've got one coming next week. When I get the one tomorrow, I'll come back on here and we'll unbox it. We'll check it out. We'll do a quick review on it. And I might do an all playing, no talking on it. But yeah, anyway, back to your question, James. So this does have an ADSR right on the front panel with these knobs. It just does different things for the different different voices in here. All right. I still haven't had time to go through all the presets on here. So I had kind of an idea, a couple ideas I wanted to play around with in Studio One as far as like writing something. So I figured I'd turn the camera on and let you guys, join in, check it out, see what's up. You never know what's going to happen. Let's see here. So if I go to StreamYard, no, not StreamYard, Studio One. I should have a template here that'll like make it load up all my most used sounds. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna load up. Let's pull up the DMX. Let's see what. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. And I've got no audio. Why is that? Ah, because it's muted. You know what I'll do? Why don't I share this screen by doing this? There we go. You know what I want to do, though? I think what I'm going to do is we're going to remove that. Stop that screen. Present. Share screen. If I go to my entire screen, if I go to screen 1, and share. Ah, there we go. The only thing that I have MIDI-wise is just a MIDI out from here. So I don't have to worry about switching local control on and off. I just turn the volume down. If I was going to want to control this synth from my DAW while I was playing it, then yes, I would go in and I would turn local control off. But since this is just simply being used as nothing more than a controller right now, then I don't have to worry about that. Plus, I'm only using like one MIDI loop right now, and that's coming out of the XR18 into the Model D and into the 2600. So if I make my big screen, if I make my camera bigger, you can see what I have here. This was just set up to answer James's question here. So down here I've got the Hydra. I do have audio on the Hydra. That's the DMX. So all I have to do is turn that down. So MIDI out of here into the XR18. The XR18 has a built-in MIDI interface. You just have to go into the edit software to turn that on. And then coming out of the MIDI into the Model D, and then out of the through into the 2600 over here. So let's go back to, there we go. I think I like that tempo. Yeah, it's StreamYard's telling me, "Oh, you're sharing your screen. You want to stop hiding it?" I'm like, "No, I'd like to see my screen though." So, all right. The only thing I don't like about Studio One is they hide the tap tempo feature. What you have to do is you have to click on the word tempo that's underneath. That's right where my pointer is. You basically have to just click that to tap your tempo in. All right, so we'll start there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and program. Oh, you didn't know I was live? Yeah, I answered your question, by the way. If you go if it has replayability. But I'll just recap it anyway. Yes, I did. So just to recap, it does have ADSR. And you know what? I'll do it really quickly. I don't mind. I'm a nice guy. So here we have a piano sound. No, James, don't worry about it. You're good. So we have 4 knobs over here. And up here, I've got a switch, a button that switches between 3 different banks of controls. The top bank is cutoff, resonance, chorus, and reverb. I find myself using that a little bit. Bank 2 is the one we're after, and that is a full attack, decay, sustain, and release. And then bank 3 is volume, pan, and then 2 assignable controls. Those I haven't figured out how to use yet. But the one we're concerned with is bank 2, which is the ADSR envelope. Keep in mind, it will do some different things to some different sounds. Well, I appreciate that, Neil. For example, the attack. I think what's happening is it's because this is like a dual layer voice, and I don't really have any way to access the second part of the voice. What it's doing is it's affecting the first part, so you can kind of hear. It. It's kind of subtle. But if I shorten the decay, actually no. If I lower the sustain all the way down, and then shorten the attack all the way, we don't hear anything. But if I start bringing the decay up, right here it's really touchy. Like the knob is really sensitive. Like you'll see what happens with the sound. If I were to do that with, say, a very simple organ sound, just a clean organ. Here we go. So I'm just going to zero everything out right in the center. We almost get a pad sound out of it. I don't think it can on a say a sound that doesn't infinitely sustain, like say a piano or a guitar. I don't think it will do that because of, I think, the way that it's sampled in here. But on something like a violin, a string sound, a brass sound, a woodwind sound, or a synth wave, then I think you have, then I think you can vary the sustain there, but not so much on a piano or a guitar. So for here, if I drop the sustain down, you can kind of get that kind of stuff. On a guitar sound, okay, there we go. So I've got the sustain all the way up. So now you're going to hear the entire sample. So you can kind of hear it start to fade out, and now here's where it's kind of settling in. Um, that's about the limit of it. I don't think you can, like say on a Fairlight, you can't pick which part of the sound you want to loop and you want to sustain. How do you lower and up it? There's the third knob over is your sustain knob. Yeah, you have to modulate it manually, unfortunately. I've been listening to Bela Fleck a lot, so I don't know why that came out. Yeah, you kind of have to modulate it manually. This really is just a basic bread and butter sample playback instrument. You can't really deep dive into it. If you were gonna do that, I would probably step up to the Modi X if you can handle the terrible key bed. But if you're hoping to find a bread and butter, like basic bare bones synth where you've got a little bit of tweakability, but you've got some really good bread and butter sounds, this is the one to go with. It's extremely lightweight. I would just get a really good case for it unless you keep it in the studio. If you keep it in the studio, you're good to go. If you're gonna play out with it, I would recommend getting a good gig bag with some nice padding on it. Although even though this is lightweight, it does seem, to me at least, it seems a little bit better built than my Modi X was, and I'm so glad to have sold that. The key bed on this is a different key bed than what's on the Modi X. The Modi X is a semi-weighted instrument. This is non-weighted at all. And to be honest with you, I have an easier time getting around this one. Yeah, definitely get one, James. It's a great bang for the buck instrument. Um, New or used? Used, you can get them maybe for around 500, around that. But I definitely would go new and get the extra warranty. Oh, you're very welcome, James. And quite honestly, this has got a really good piano sound in it. Um, I could, I could definitely see myself playing with the full concert grand patch. I mean, believe it or not, in the Montage M8X that's up on the platform here in the church, I use that's the main piano sound that I have in the preset that I have is the full concert grand, just because it cuts where I want it to cut, but it stays out of the way. But it can also sound very, very full. Anyway, all right, so I've got a tempo here. You know what I need to do? I kind of want to put my fader port on. It is performance friendly. I'll tell you what I use it for. I'll show you really quick. And I showed this earlier on in the stream. So when I play live, I use multiple instruments. I don't like to use like one or two boards and just change sounds in the middle of a song. I like to have each board have a job for it. For example, my piano is always going to be a piano. My organ is always going to be an organ. What I like to use this for is mellotron sounds. And so a mellotron has about 40 keys on it. So you're talking maybe a little over 3 octaves. So it's not going to be the full range of this. So what made sense to me was to split the keyboard down the middle. And normally I don't like playing split keyboard, with a couple of exceptions. This being one of them. So I've got 30 keys down here and 31 up here. So what I've done was I've got a mellotron strings on the bottom. That's better. I don't know why I had the octave shift on. And then up here, I've got a flute. So I can play the flute part up here. Or I can come down here and play the strings. Or I can play them both. Yeah, and it does have some good drum sounds in it too. Furthermore, you can hook it up into your DAW and it becomes a 16-part. It doesn't become one, it is one. It is a 16-part multi-timbral instrument. And to do that, and to show that off, if I go back to my first performance here, and I select Part Select, I've got a different sound on a few of these parts. So it's a quick way to get to some favorite sounds. And then you have, I forget how many performance slots on here because I don't use that many of them. Oh, you're so welcome, James. Okay. Okay, so I'm feeling retro here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. I need to restart Studio One so that it will see my my fader port. While I do that, no, it is a 16 part. The thing is, from the keyboard itself, you can only control 2 at a time, unless you go in and do some programming. But with MIDI, um, so if I were to come in here from, say, a QX3 sequencer, I can still access all 16 parts. Even from the Hydra, if I were to take the Hydra and MIDI it into here, I can play part 1 from here and say part 15 from here. So it really does make for a very flexible live instrument. Okay. Ah, I know why my fader port is not hooked up. Why would I do that? All right, so you know what? I will not use my fader port today. And the reason it's not hooked up is because I had to go and run sound for a one-day Christian music festival in Vermont, but I was up there for the whole week, and I needed to take my computer up there. Let's see. Go over here. We'll go to the DMX. And there it is. I think I like that one. Let's drop the pitch on it. Oh, no audio. Ah, I know why. Let's try that. Yeah, you could do that. If you just use a like a blank MIDI track and you're not triggering an internal instrument on the MPC, if you just have an external MIDI. All right, so I had 93 as a tempo. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the clickety-clack, otherwise known as the metronome. Input quantize is on. And you know what? I can go ahead and share my screen now by doing this. There we go. I think I want to back the snare off just a little bit. That sounds a little more balanced. Actually, you know what? I'll keep that open. And loop. Go right around there. Okay. Wait a minute. Why am I seeing frames and not my bars? There we go. There we go. You silly Studio One. Yeah, I would like to check out the Drum Brute Impact. So we'll just start with that. Let's do a pre-count. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't know why it didn't loop. I want it to loop. Okay, hats are a little loud. Let's drop those down. Liking those shakers. I think I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Oh, that's cool. Try that. Okay, let's fix that. Actually, I am a drummer. Okay, now I can shut off the click. Okay, so we got a basic groove here. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate the heck out of it. Let's keep going. I don't care. Yeah, that's good. All right. Now, so now I got a drum groove. Now I feel like I want to... I got it. Let's throw in Mr. M1. Let's go to multi. Let's go to the browser. Let's go to keyboard. Let's just kind of start seeing what we have. That's kind of cool. Let's go to polysynth. I'm sure we can find something there. Not that. I don't think the M1 responds to poly AT. Let's see. Does not, and I don't think I have it turned on here. So if I go to system setup, and I go, let's see. Yeah, aftertouch is off. It's not showing up on the M1. Let's go to my options, go to my external devices, go to XR18 MIDI in. So that's the out. I want the in. Edit. Turn that off. Yeah, I don't quite see it. So let's try this again. I'm going to go back to the browser. Okay. Yeah, I just used the mod wheel. Alright, so let's get... I just want to get this melody down. Two, three, four. Ah, forgot to turn the loop off. Silly me. You, off. Thank you. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like that. So it is sending poly AT. I can see it in up here in the piano roll. It's just the M1 is not, I don't think, set up to receive it. Okay. So I'm going to kind of just build this section of it up with some sounds. So I get drums, I get melody. Now I just need a simple bass. And for that, I'm going to go to the Mini V3. I don't have the V4 because I haven't upgraded. And right now, I don't see the need to upgrade to V10 because there's nothing really in there that is real that's striking me as something that I definitely had to have to have. That's a little loud. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that down. Do, 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 do. Just gonna quickly sculpt this. It's easy because I've spent over 20 years, probably 30, learning this stuff. I actually cut my teeth on synthesis in junior high school. with a Korg Poly 6 that belonged to my stepdad, and he let me mess around with it and kind of showed me, what each knob on it does, and it's such a simple instrument to learn on. Let's make that bigger. Not for you guys, but for me, because I'm blind as a bat here. Okay. Let's turn that to last. Oh boy, why am I hearing? I'm hearing a noise again. Oh, it's just my mic. All right, let's give this a shot. Yeah, I just want to record it. See what happens. 3, 4. Cool. Try one more time. I'm going to drop the Hydra a couple octaves, just so it's easier to play. 2, 3, 4. Kind of want it lined up with the melody as well as the drums. Kind of there, but now that I have the drums here, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing here. Oh boy. I hear. So right next door to this church is an inn, and a very popular one, and a very pricey one. And they have weddings there, wedding receptions all the time, and there's sometimes there's a very rowdy crowd that likes to hang out outside there, and I can hear them all the way in here. Not good. Okay. So want one there. And one there. Do that. to do now is I'm going to copy and paste like that, or I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm going to fix a couple of velocity things on this track here that I'm not liking. And it's right around here. Noise pollution is an understatement. They're disrupting my feng shui here. Oof. That's a little sharp. Alright, so now I like that. Now what I'm going to do is, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take the next 6 bars of drums. I'm going to delete them. And then once I put the bass line in, I'm going to copy and paste the whole thing. No matter, I can always just crank my headphones up so I don't hear that garbage over there across the street. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic here while I do this. Yeah, sometimes Studio One likes to automatically select another track if I go and undo something. Not too happy with that. I'm going to have to report that to Personas or whoever develops this. All right, now so that I have that, what I just did was I basically duplicated it. So instead of Control C, Control V, all I do in Studio One is hit the D button and it duplicates anything that I have selected and it automatically copies and pastes it. So really good when you're doing like pattern recording or you're writing in block form like I am here. So you're doing like the A part and then the B part. That kind of stuff. There's the second time around. Yes, I've got a DX7 here. No, well, I do have a DX7. It's in the back, but I just pulled up OPS 7 by Plogue, and I just want to grab a couple of things from here. Original Yamaha. Ooh, nice. Nice, I like that. All right, now if I go back to SysX, let's go to A2. I want to see what else I can find. I like that. So now if I come back here, one on the left, one on the right, I get. Nice stereo, nice big FME piano. I don't care how cliche it is. Still one of my favorite sounds. On a Sunday morning, it's like it's a go-to sound. All right, let's see what I can come up with that. So what I like to do here is just get some chords down, and then I can go into the piano roll and I can fine tune, different little things that I want to fine tune, I guess. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and drop the level on the piano, on the EP down a little bit. Like that. I want it sitting right behind the melody. So one thing I like to do as I'm recording is I'll do like a rough mix as I'm going along, because then it helps paint the picture of what I'm hearing in my head. It helps make that picture a little more clear. 2, 3, 4. Like that. Let's try again. Getting there. All right. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that because it's kind of going to be... Actually, no, I'm not. I will not duplicate that, so I lied. Because the second time around... does that kind of a thing. It does a climb up to that 4. Something like that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got that. And now, let's do the last little part. 2, 3, 4. Like it. So now we're going to go ahead and copy that whole thing. And there we go. Like the sound. What would happen if I threw a chorus on it? Like that, maybe a little bit of maybe just a touch more touch bit of reverb. Just to open it up. Alright, let's go ahead and start on that next part. So I'm going to kind of sketch out where this is going to go, and then we'll call it a night. I'm looking to maybe end probably around 10 o'clock here, 10 o'clock Eastern. So to sketch it out, I'm going to go ahead and start with that melody again. Something like that. Let's see what happens. 2, 3, 4. Just got to fix that last little bum note there. So come here. You go away. You can come up a little bit in volume. Now, let's throw the bass line in. Let's see what we think about that. 2, 3, 4. Not quite. Let's try this. Kind of what I'm thinking. Let's try it one more time. It's driving, yeah, but I don't have a license. Almost. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. One more time. One more time. Nope. 2, 3, 4. Cool. Let's listen back. I'm going to see if I see any errors that I want to fix. Let's try that. I don't know how fire it is. It's all blue here. It should be like reds, yellows. I don't know. Let's fix that. we go. There's some fire now. Let's go with some orange there. About there. Yeah, we're making it fire now. That sick, twisted sense of humor of mine gets, I don't know, gets out of control sometimes. Yeah, it's fire until I get the DX7 piano out. Alright, let's try this. Should I play it through or should I record it? I'm gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. Great if I can play it. Try it again. 2, 3, 4. That threw me off. One wrong note can ruin the whole thing. 3, 4. I'm gonna clean this up. You know what? Should I try recording it again? No. I'm gonna just go ahead and clean it up. It's gonna be easier. Okay, you can go away, you go away. And you go up there. These chords here, so that's B diminished. I just want that to be a G. We're gonna bring that up a little bit. And then there we go. Bring that up so that it's going. Okay, let's clean that up. Clean that up. Clean that up. Clean that up. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some stuff here. Alright, let's check it out from the beginning. See what we all think. Try something kind of crazy with the drums. Something's going on with my Waves subscription. So I'm going to save this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. If you like this kind of stuff, if you go into my Bandcamp, I have an album called Retroactive, which has a lot more of this style of music. Probably like in the 80s, like 80s contemporary instrumental kind of realm. There's definitely a lot more of these sounds on it, but definitely go check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. And thanks everybody for tuning into this. I had a cool time going over this guy and just making some music and just having some fun. So thanks everybody and have a good night.